I try to live a life of curiosity and gratitude, and this morning I'm really thankful that I'm here on an old railway above the Alberni Valley. I love railway history. I'm curious about it, and I've read about it, and I've explored on foot, and this is one of my favorite places to go to, just near the mile 25 trestle below the Alberni lookout. And I'm on a 4 miles out, 4 miles back hike, enjoying it on a foggy day here on Vancouver Island. Enjoy this video. Thanks for being here. So now we're in the tree tunnel. All of a sudden, kind of like Sleepy Hollow, not quite. But a lot of the Port Alberni subdivision is like that, with the overgrowth on either side and above, and so you've got a tunnel of foliage, which is beautiful. It's also really wet. But on a foggy day, very picturesque. Again, we're up on a built-up grade, it just drops off. That's going to be relevant in a moment because we're coming up to an area where the land gave way in, I think, early 2021. And last time I was here, it hadn't quite undermined the track, but it was sure close. And yeah, that would prevent any rail vehicle, even a high rail bus, from coming through. Trust me, you'll see what I mean. I'm also dealing with slippery ties and vines across the track. Oh yeah, all sorts of hazards. Here's where the land gave way, below the railway. The culvert was knocked out, so I don't know if it was a rain event that overwhelmed the culvert. But the tracks are still here. I'm happy about that. And there's the gully. I'm going to switch to wide angle on my phone, give you a better idea of the extent of how close it gets to the railway. Yeah, looking back in, give you an idea. There's the near rail on the left. It's the gully. It wasn't caused by logging, so I'm not sure what it was. But it's been a problem since 2021, and they'd have to deal with it if they even wanted to run a high rail bus here. And I continue on, and hey, look at this. This is Broome. I'm gonna get past this, shut the camera off, and duck. I'm gonna get soaked and hopefully no ticks. Here is where we are, Vancouver Island on the west coast of British Columbia, Canada. The red mark is the area near the City of Port Alberni. Now I'm on the Port Alberni subdivision of the former Esquimalt and Nanaimo Railway, and the red mark shows my hike location on the west side of the Port Alberni summit. Trains last ran here in early 2002, so that's over 23 and a half years ago. My overall hike for this series of videos went from Loon Lake Forest Service Road at milepost 22.2 to milepost 26 above the Cherry Creek rural area. This episode 4 covers the area from milepost 24.8 to 25.1. Just a short distance, but there was a lot to see. I like this area, hey, because I'm coming up to the trestle, and it's going to be lovely fog. Trestle happy anticipation happens on most of my railway hikes. I just love that feeling. Hey, as long as it's still there. I get in the habit of saying goodbye to the trestle structures after I leave on my hike, and just assume I'll be back, the next year. But hey, that assumption proved wrong. after the last time I was at the Cameron Lake Trestles. So I don't take anything for granted. But I am happy with the body of work that I've accumulated for all of the trestles and bridges on the Port Alberni subdivision. Video and photographs in various seasons, especially autumn leaves. So I'm happy about that. Hey, here it comes. Looks like a bunch of heavenly light, but really it's the fog. It's the low cloud as it opens up into the trestle crossing. Just a regular gully or a cliff. It's the drop off. There's no real creek here. This is the mile 25 trestle. I love this. I can smell the creosote. You know, to paraphrase a movie quote, I love the smell of creosote in the morning. You know, it's a good thing to do what you love, and I love walking across an old railway trestle on a foggy morning. So I'm up near Port Alberni, just below the Alberni lookout, and there have been no trains on this trestle for over 23 years. And I've been here, I don't know, 12 times or so before. So I enjoy this. Gaps and all. It's just a beautiful place to be. Enjoying a quiet morning, walking in railway history. The smell of the creosote, the feel of the fog. This is good. Now there's 3 sets of stringer beams on this trestle, and those are the thick beams that the ties rest on. And so there's the set in the middle that I'm walking above, and then there's a set on either side. There's 5 fire barrel platforms, 2 back there. This one, which still hasn't fallen, not that I want it to, but I'll show you an angle that shows you that it's not very sturdy. Yeah, it's seen better times. And of course, there are sentinels of broom plants guarding the trestle at the west end. Nice. Okay. Hey, part of being a YouTuber is going, I'm recording video, but I'd better get a thumbnail photo for my video. So I'm going to go up here, nice view back to the trestle with some elevation. Oh yeah, like that. Yeah, I love this spot. I went up there on that side once. Harder to get to. I prefer this. I have a view over to the Alberni Valley, the Alberni Inlet, all that good stuff. On a non-foggy day, I can see part of Sprout Lake from up here, as well as just a little peekaboo view of the east end of Great Central Lake. Through there. Fog today. I'll show you a favorite spot of mine. Here, looking down. We'll be there in a moment looking up. Hey, I was just up there. The trestle is that way. And I'm going to walk this way, westward, for one more mile. Because my goal for a turnaround is milepost 26. That would make this a 4-mile hike, just shy of that. And then 4 miles back to where I started.